everyone! So I want to talk about something that I don't think there's even a YouTube video out there yet. I have searched it and I cannot find anything. And that is being a transgender au pair. So the duties of an au pair, it can really vary. It mostly requires taking care of children and taking them to school or watching them at home. You may have a bit of cooking and cleaning. I have been living in people's homes, but you can also do the work outside of their home and just come in when you are working. Being an au pair is a really great way to travel and to see new parts of the country. It was really the only job I could find coming into Australia and never living here before. And it's given me the chance to live in a few other cities outside of Melbourne, like Perth and Brisbane, for example, for shorter periods of time. And it really keeps you in a safe place. You're in a great neighborhood with a family that stocks the fridge for you with food, and they have a great place, a great room for you to live in, and you also get a weekly stipend. So it seems like a really great deal most of the time. And I have a lot to say more on that topic, but I will save that for another video. When I first talked to a family, I may have hinted that I am very involved with LGBT rights, but I didn't flat out say like, hey, I'm gay, hey, I'm trans, let me take care of your kids. I thought that was unnecessary, and I thought, let me just talk to the family about my qualifications and see what they're looking for, and then if they become more interested in time, then I will disclose that information. So with every family that I have talked to seriously about a job, I have eventually shared with them that I am trans. I would disclose the information before I moved in, because I'm not going to move into someone's home and be like, oh, surprise, I'm trans. If there were any issues there with being gay or being trans, we probably weren't going to work out, because I am a very big LGBT activist, and while I don't need to discuss it with your children, it will be going on in my life. The au pair industry is very female-based. I have not met one male au pair since I've been here, but I do know that they exist, and a lot of au pair jobs only are looking for females. They'll list that in their description. For what reason, I do not really know. I have found that almost all families have been cool with being trans. I think when someone's talking to me about being an au pair, we're doing so through Facebook, so if they do a basic Facebook stalk or even just look at my profile picture, they can tell that I am probably not your stereotypical blonde-haired, blue-eyed female. So I think, oh man, it's really starting to rain. I think that may have helped, because I have sent a lot of messages to families and never gotten a reply, even though I have a ton of experience with children and I have 2 teaching degrees. I will get a lot of just no replies from families, and I think that's fair. They may look at my profile and think that they don't want someone like me in their home, which is totally fine. Or I could just be assuming and there's someone else out there that has more qualifications. It's really hard to know in that regard. I really only had one time where a family was definite that they wanted me to work for them, and then I disclosed afterwards and they said, actually, we're not ready for that. They only had one kid. The kid was like 11, I think, and they said, I don't think our son will understand that, and that's not something we want to have to explain right now. Kids don't care. Kids never care about these kinds of things. They may ask questions, but I don't mind answering them, especially for kids. I think it helps them learn to be around diversity and to accept people for who they are. Kids just care if you can play on the trampoline with them, and if you're funny and you're goofy and you just want to have a good time with them. They don't care about gender, they don't care about your sexual orientation. I will say I've had sometimes older kids ask me questions that may not be appropriate, so you do have to be wary in that regard. I can't say that people have really asked me too many questions about it, and I kind of wish they would, because I think people that I live with might not know a lot about trans rights, and I kind of would like to educate. Not the kids, more the parents, and I wish that, or at least I hope that the families feel comfortable asking me questions, but normally they just don't bring it up. I think the families really do try hard with the pronouns, but sometimes they do stumble like any other person would, and I sometimes just hear them say, "Oh, that's what Riley said," instead of that's what he said, because then they know they won't trip up. And I think that's a really great way. Just say someone's name if you're unsure of pronouns or you're not used to it. I've been very shocked at how little diversity there is in the au pair community. It seems to be all straight cisgender females, and I think that there has to be some other LGBT folks out there. And I don't know if it's partially the fact that people are younger and maybe they haven't discovered that in their life, or maybe they're from other countries and they're not as open about that. It could be multiple factors. But if you're out there and you are an au pair and you are LGBT, please connect with me, because I would love to chat about your experiences. So that's my experiences being a transgender au pair. I don't really have any horror stories for you. Everyone's treated me really well. And if you are a LGBT au pair or just an au pair and want to learn more, send me a message or talk to me. It'd be really great to connect with some more people like myself. And I hope you learned something today. And I'll catch y'all later next time. Bye.